Bam. Shout out to everybody here on this beautiful Saturday morning. We're going to get at it. We're going to get at it. I teach class today from 9 a.m. to 12. I can't wait to see you there. We're going to jump on in and have a great class. But right now, we're going to break down Bitcoin for you like I do every single day. I don't take a day off for you because I love you. I love what I do. I love the passion to teach and the passion to learn. So I always am seeking the teacher. So if you're seeking me, that makes us very kindred spirits, man. So blessings on blessings. All right. I have a mentor. Your mentor has a mentor. Otherwise, they're a hypocrite. Hey. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me. And that is your time. Welcome to the crypto lifer, baby. What a beautiful day it is to be alive. Blessings on blessings. 70,160 for Bitcoin. And, you can see kind of a slow crawl right now for people buying in. Volume's a little low. You can see that. We got some Hedera coming in. A lot of Litecoin. Litecoin getting a move to the upside. Got a big green candle last night. Tom Crown was tweeting. And you know Tom Crown's tweeting Litecoin. It's hot. A lot of Bitcoin getting bought right now, though, as you can see. And some Pepe coming in there. Shiba Inu. And these memes continuing to really take storm here. Pretty interesting what's happening with the memes. All right. But yeah, the Maddox coming in now, too. Even some Avalanche, some Tron. You know what's cool about this is everyone's getting paid this year. I don't care if you're an old school 2017 coin, you're getting paid. If you're a new guy, you're getting paid. If you're finding something brand new, everything just seems to get the money right now. Phantom, you name it. Like if you pick just memes, you're in the money. If you pick just layer 2s, you're in the money. This has been a very beautiful market for a lot of people. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down for Bitcoin. Last night, inside my last night update that I gave to my trading group. You're in my trading group. You're getting an update. Before I go to bed at night, what time was it? Like 12:23 a.m. And I'm giving you a video update, like 3 to 5 minutes long, usually sometimes more, breaking down all my ideas and insights for Bitcoin for the night. What I came up with was this falling wedge to the upside. I told you to watch the 7-minute and the 200 SMA. Once we got above it, boom. These bots love that, right? Boom. That would have been quick money in the night and then get out, right? I'm still in my big long. Remember the one that I made in my USD pair? Yes, it is underwater, all right? But don't be a pencil neck, all right? As my buddy CryptoFace would say, shout out to CryptoFace. Bang, bang, bang. You know, CryptoFace, I got to clip this out. We're going to clip this out and then post it to Twitter, to my team. But CryptoFace was sleeping on his pillow last week, and a feather came and poked him in the eye, right? And he said it bothered him for the rest of the day. And as a trader, like, we can't have eye issues. Like, it's going to ruin the day. And I got this pillow that I was sleeping with, but then I switched pillows somehow. You know how it happens. Things just got, And next thing you know, I'm wiping the pillow, and I could feel a little bit of those, down feathers. And I switched the pillow, and I think he saved me, because I think I definitely would have gotten the eye poke today. So shout out to CryptoFace for saving me from the goose down feather eye poke. You're a gem, my friend. You're a gem. If you didn't share that tweet of intricate insight, I may have been sitting here like a Popeye right now. I'm a pirate. So shout out to everybody here. We love you. We appreciate you. This is the descending triangle. It's above the 200 SMA. That's bullish. The stochastics have reset, but you didn't want to dump. That's also bullish. Bitcoin has decided to hold above 70,000. Great, right? This is just what we need. And we're inside of a pattern. Top, bottom. We're expecting to go back to the top of the pattern. It's also a bit of a messy inverted head and shoulder of sorts here. You know what I mean? It's got some vibes that it could break to the upside. This would be our neckline. We could get kind of wick to wick here. Put this here, and that could tell us we're going further to the upside. About 71,436 is the target for Bitcoin. And again, that is the next resistance point too. Coincidence? I don't think so. And we have a big, high volume node sticking out here on the VRVP. We have a gap here. The next high volume node is here. You can easily get through this gap because this one doesn't poke out as far as that one. Boom. Okay? Not amazing, but it is telling us that there's a move here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Saturday pump here for Bitcoin. It's more likely we go sideways. That's how they've been doing it on the weekends. They've been really, the influx of volume has really been coming from the big boys. So we haven't been able to almost move the needle. Bitcoin has such a big market cap now. It takes such a big market cap to even push it up 10% now, right? Remember, when it was a half a trillion, when it was 300 billion, right? You only needed 330 billion to move 10%. Now it is dang near almost $2 trillion, right? It's a $1.4 billion market cap. Let's take a look at Bitcoin's actual market cap at the present moment in time, something we don't say every day, 1.38 trillion, right? Am I saying, like, hold up. It's I misspoke, right? But I mean, 1.38 trillion. I just remember when we were, like, it was 10, 12 years ago, and people were like, it's going to have $1 trillion market cap, and people looked at you and they were like, you're out of your mind. Like, you sounded like an insane person. Like, saying the word $1 trillion alone was kind of nuts. And you'd be like, yeah, it's going to have $1 trillion market cap. And people would be like, this little coin that you found on the internet for $200 that your friends play with is some guy on Wall Street's looking at you like, and you're like, yeah, man, I'm going to be richer than you, bro. Watch. And the guy's like, there was a lot of people that did know they were smart enough. It takes this weird mind. I know this is strange, but it's usually the more, I'm gonna say something that's interesting, but it's the truth. But anyway, Bitcoin, ascending triangle to the upside. Looks like it's breaking out. Looks like we could get some move here. I like what I'm seeing. These are 50-50 patterns. They're not always known to pump, which is sad. And if it does dump, it's going to make it move back down here. Hopefully it double bottoms. I also see this as a bit of a double bottom, right? And when I say that, it looks like a double bottom. Funny, whoever came up with these terms must have been kind of you know what I mean? Like, but anyway, Adam and Eve, double bottoms. So many weird, but any blow off tops, So, hey, for your Saturday morning laughs. So check it out. I got to throw some entertainment in there. Got to keep you moving. I can't be a stiffy over here. I did it again. I wasn't trying to. I didn't even do that on purpose. So ridiculous. All right. I'm serious. That was just, sometimes language just does that. There's just a play on words. You know what I mean? I love words. Words are absolutely amazing. You can do so much with them. I was a linguist in my days. I still am. I hope you're having a wonderful day out there. God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in and hanging out with the lifer. We bless you, and we appreciate you. I'm all about the double bottom. I know you are, Sean P. I know you are. I know you are. I bet you are. I hope so for humanity's sake. Hey. Every strong man should have 8 to 10 babies. The population is declining. Every strong, thorough man should have 8 to 10 babies. I'm 7 short right now. I gotta have 10 kids before I leave this earth. 10 children is sufficient for a legacy. You'll leave enough people to leave behind your passions. You know what I mean? Everyone will get a piece. Eventually it'll be done. So I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. Target is 71,093. That's just like for starters, And again, once you get above the 15-minute 200, that would be an entry point for me. Or I would enter already here. It is Saturday. I don't like to trade on Saturdays. Not my favorite day. I still have my big trade open, so I'm just going to kind of leave that as I'm in enough risk for the moment. When Bitcoin rips to 80K, that is going to be a beautiful trade. But let's take it one day at a time and make it where we got to make it. But that would take us to all-time highs. Even this, and then we're in this flag here on the 1 hour time frame. And the 1 hour has gotten overbought and hasn't really reset yet, which is not a great sign. It's kind of like waiting to dump on you. It's like, oh, I'm going to chill. Like, I don't like when the price action hangs like this while the Stokes hang high. It's not always the best sign. Again, we did get a bounce here eventually. Let's just get back to the top of the channel, and then when we come down on the 1 hour, we can come down here. That's all I'm asking for. But I do have my eye on these overbought stochastics on the 1 hour time frame. I'm not negating that, everybody. I want you to know what they were going to have to hope that, they're going to have to get pinned. And let's see. And if the 4 hour's like low and pointing up, and now let's just take a look at the 4 hour clean. It's all right. And now let's look at our, let's get rid of our moving averages. Let's really look at our support and resistance. So clearly, like, we're just having a problem there, right? It's hard when you have multiple time frames, right? Because I don't want to get rid of everything that I got going. So I leave this, what I do when I have this issue, which isn't even an issue. You have two solutions, okay? To this dilemma, trilemma, or whatever you want to call it, right? Two solutions. One, you could just go to another chart. You know what I mean? Like Bitcoin, USDT on KuCoin, which I do all the time. I use like 10 different Bitcoin charts all the time. You know what I mean? They're all pretty much spot, you know, so it's not a big deal. Take off everything, right? Go to like my 1 hour, double click, and then just look at price action. I don't need this even. And I just want to see, you know, now what I'm starting to see, it's a symmetrical triangle. These are the worst. They dump 90, in my mind, they dump 90% of the time. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean we're going to dump for sure, but like this is it. I mean, and it's pretty tight. So it kind of seems like Bitcoin's going to be making some type of move very shortly. And it could just chuck along more sideways for the whole weekend. And then I just map out my support or resistance. You want to keep it simple. The simpler you keep it, the better off you're going to be able to execute. Because if your system is full of 1,000 bells and whistles, then you're not going to be able to pull it off when it's time. You get it? It's like, even on a 1 hour, even though bigger time frame, sometimes there is a confirmation, and you want to take advantage of that confirmation if you can. All right. So Bitcoin, and I do see, and what the saving grace to this is the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, right? And it's cool. They have a pattern for that if you're new, the head and shoulder right here, and it'll label it for you. I colored mine differently. Me being a Bruins fan, I like the black and yellow, right? Everything I do it big, black and yellow. Remember that? So anyway, this reminds me of Mac Miller, and it's really sad, you know? Inverted head and shoulder to the upside could take you to 71,570. That would be the resistance. We could triple top there, right? We got to break back above this to remain bullish. And then you just draw this trend line. Once you break this trend line, you would have to say, you know, like it's kind of, to me, I do this a lot where I omit one section where it seems to be some type of liquidity grab, and the pattern will make more sense for me, right? But so that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a bigger pattern that if we break out, it's got this level. And honestly, it's got this, you could take this whole length. And that gives us a pretty nice target of about $79,000, right? So that's just, you know, small ball. If I was trading a bigger position with a lot of sweat on my neck, and I don't want to be in the trade for day, you know, it's you know, you want to make an execution about 75,555, right? And the next level here, 73,369. So these are the three levels I'm looking at for Bitcoin. And again, I'm still open-minded that we could take a dump here on the 1 hour time frame. So I got some mixed signals for BTC. So far, so good with the 7-minute getting above the 200 SMA. All right, we just used the 200 today right there. Right? Nice and easy for you. I have a strategy. Once you get above that on any time frame, you open up a lot along with a stop loss, you know, on the, you know, I like to find at least some type of support below this, but if not, pretty close to it. If I can't find the support, I get pretty close to the 200 SMA, right? And then we look for the 15-minute to get above it. Same thing happens on the way down, you know. Once we get above this, we'll likely get the move to the upside out of this inverted head and shoulder. So, you know, let's see. Time will tell. Right now, the 15-minute wants to dump on you. So let's see how we can withstand the stochastics resetting. So the stochastics will come down. You'd like them to either bend in the middle or come down and bend without us leaving too much of the pattern. So right now we have a resistance. See, look, resistance. We can't seem to get back above 70,250. All right. We got above it here. We fell below it. That was at 11:15 last night. And we haven't been able to get back above it since. So you can see there's resistance right here on the local time frame. And remember this area here, this is going to be, this is bounce. Couldn't get above. Complete rejection, right? So we got to clear 70,005. So even micro, and I'm all about the micro. Why? Because when you step out of your house and go 1,000-mile run, or if you went 100-mile run or whatever, you know what I mean, a 10-mile run, the first thing you do is step out of your house. You take one step. And so if Bitcoin's going to go on a 100-mile run, 10-mile run, or go to 100 and 200K, it's going to have to get above this level and this level first. Like, whenever you extrapolate the logic, see, everyone, the one good thing, I don't know if it's an Aries trait, but the one good thing about maybe years of doing this is everyone does this when they think of things a lot. And like, I can pull back and just be like, there's this and that, you know? Like when everyone has a lot of anxiety and bugs out, I'm always like, you're in the past, or you're in the present, or you're in the future. And when people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, anxiety comes from fear. Fear comes from the unknown, right? When we think of the future and they ask ourselves questions that we can't answer, we can get uncomfortable, okay? But that's not fair to yourself because you don't know what the present, you don't even know what's gonna happen tomorrow. All you can control is today and be prepared for tomorrow. If you worry too much about tomorrow, you won't be prepared for today. And if you're not prepared for today, you will ruin tomorrow. Tomorrow won't be, it will be a wash because you won't be, you have wasted so much of your day all crazed today that tomorrow's going to be picking up the pieces. I've done that to my life so many times. Where I went on emotional roller coasters or just did something I shouldn't have done, or I don't know, I can't explain it all, but just had such a day in my head, and maybe it also was in my head, right? And then the next day was just like me trying to like work out all the ridiculousness that I caused or something, So if we stay in the present moment, we're able to handle almost everything. My mom died on Thanksgiving. My dad passed away this year, right? Both my parents died. You guys watched it. I never took a day off. I didn't miss one stream. Not one. Not one. You guys saw the pain of a person in real life. It could be documented forever what went on with me. But I wasn't the only one. So many people did lose their parents. So like, what was me, right? I wasn't the only one. I had great parents who loved me so much. That's what I found out when I shared my story, how many more people didn't have as much as I had with my parents. So I just became blessed. I found out that I was blessed when my parents passed because I heard the stories of the world, and the world told me, Sam, you had even more time than many, 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 many others, and your parents loved you, and you're blessed, my man. And so by sharing, I realized that. So if you stay in the present moment in time, you will relieve yourself of all anxiety, most anxiety, all right? And when you feel that anxiety, meditate, sit in a chair and breathe. Count to 10. I pray to God, dear Lord, thank you for everything. And I go into a state of gratitude. Thank you for everything I do have. Thank you for all the beautiful things that are happening in my life. Thank you for the 694 people here on the live stream, 175 likes, and $8 in chat revenue. Like, people sent $8 to me today. Like, that's amazing. That's a blessing. On an early morning day, like, it's a blessing. So be grateful for everything you do. I'll be so grateful for that $8.99 in chat revenue today, that so much more will come my way. You know what I'm saying? So grateful. Not in a state of wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda. There's so many coins going up you should be in. You might wake up today, I should have been in WIF. I should have been in this coin. And upset with yourself. When you have a beautiful life, you're here listening to me and everything is going great. So we got to focus on the positives at all times. That's how we regurgitate the gratitude, and that's how the gratitude brings abundance back into our life, and then we stay in the present moment. Now, the past is the past. A lot has happened to us in the past, and we're all battling with that, and I battled with my past for a long time. But what it did is it took me away from the future and brought me back to the past. And I was watching Back to the Future last night with my daughter. Interesting enough, what a turn of events, but the point is beautiful. Stay out of the future. You can plan for the future, and we can have dreams and hopes, and you can manifest the future for sure. You can be a co-creator of where you're going, 100%. But at the same time, you want to be in the present moment building the future. Okay? I always talk to people like your life is just like a competition where someone puts you in a field with 10 other people. They gave you just enough stones to build a little cabin, and they gave you everyone the same exact tools and the same exact things to build a cabin. And so you're there, and your job is to stay in the present moment and keep putting the stones together and to build that little house, because that's going to be the shelter, right? And if you sit and think about all the times you didn't do things right and messed up, and be like, oh, yeah, and then you don't grab a stone, and then the other guy just keeps staying in the present, whoever stays in the present moment in that moment will build that house the quickest, okay? But if one of those people is thinking about like what they did, like something they did before, now what if they dropped a stone on themselves on their foot before and it's hurt? So now they're thinking, whoa, I might drop a stone on myself. I gotta be, and now they're not working as fast or working as hard because they're worried or they have some fear. This is a great metaphor for life. Whenever you're thinking, trying to build, trying to be someone, trying to do something with your life, trying to go somewhere, look at your life like that stone little cabin you're trying to build. I came up with this myself. I've never read it. This is my own thing I made up. Whatever, as simple and strange as it may be. Think about your life like that cabin and stay in the moment building that cabin. Don't go into the future and worry about what could happen to you. Don't go into the present of the things that you've destroyed. My whole life was a set of failures that were just continuous, that I felt like would never end. But I finally won, you know what I mean? And now I feel like I can't stop winning, right? But there was like a moment in my life where it was just like, and so every single person you see shining, every person you see doing what they love to do, was simply someone that failed like 1,000 times. I'm telling you right now. They were as low as you've ever been. They were as dark as you've ever thought you've been. They've been to the holes of the hell and back. You know what I mean? And they've made it out to come back. And that's what makes them strong. That's what made them who they are. That's what got them to change. It was the battle. It was the struggle. You know what I mean? It was when the times weren't great. We went through so much hell and high water together through this market. This market has pushed us and pulled us and banged us and slammed us. And if you've been through every day I've been through with Bitcoin for the last 4 years, really, man, you've been on a journey that will change your soul, like literally. And people think it's just finance, but I mean, think of all we've put in. Think of all the time. Think of all the days they freaking dropped the candle on us in $1,000 in a half a second. The dumps and the pumps and the runs. And what about the day the SEC botched a tweet that changed the market? You know what I mean? And did a market manipulative tweet. Like, what about all these weird times that we've gone through? You know what I mean? It's just been an amazing time to be alive. Like, we've seen some of the most strange anomalies, and I think we're going to see some more. And I think, as we head into the halving, which is so close, I think we all really need to take a break and think about all we've been through here on this Saturday morning, and really cherish what we have. Cherish the position we're in. You're in one of the scarcest assets in the world. Most of you who here owns some Bitcoin. You don't have to say if you don't want to, but if you can put a 333 if you own a little bit of Bitcoin. You don't have to own a lot, but if you own a little bit of Bitcoin, let me know. Right? Give praise. Full corner, baby. Amen. I love that. Got some full corners in the house, holding it down. Blessings on blessings to be alive for each and every one of you, right? I teach class, everybody, in 10 minutes. I'm going to end the stream in 5 minutes. This was an inspirational stream with a Bitcoin update. That's all I wanted to give you on this Saturday morning. All right? If you want to jump on in to my trading group and be inspired, hit cryptolifer.com. All right? Thank you for the $10 super chat. Cheers is getting listed on Mexi tomorrow. Thank you, Sammy. See you in class. Oh, wow, it is. That's going to be a big deal. Thank you for saying that. It probably will pump pretty good. Thank you for telling. So Cheers is something you can buy on the low, DiCaprio, and it could go to Mexi. It's going to be listed on Mexi tomorrow. Low cap gem, anything can happen to it. Just be very careful. All right. 7-7 though. Look at that. The 7-7s. That's crazy, right? On the 77. Struggling a little bit since we last looked at it. But is up from the lows and just kind of consolidating. And Bitcoin still sitting sideways. We just want to make sure that this 7-minute can produce. Looks like the 7-minute's strong today. I'd watch your 7-minute. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. Link in the description below to BOOKMAP, an API showing us where the market has the most orders, and pretty scant on this Saturday morning. The most orders gold take us down to 68,000, though there is liquidity below us. Not the best sign, the probability is pretty high here. And 69.7, 68,000 would take us pretty low. And look, I do see this kind of like, you got some shoulder, head, kind of shoulder. You got some head and shoulder vibes there. And a double top. This has some M pattern vibes for me. Yeah, that measured move is somewhere about like 68. Yeah, we could go 68. I get it now. So some whale here is anticipating, some liquidity down here. We do have a gap too, and if you fall, boom. So the 1 hour is setting up for a dump on our face. We want to see if the smaller time frames can get this move back out of here and just get it. So when the 1 hour dumps, it does this, and we can be on our merry way out of a nice, beautiful ascending triangle to the upside. So we need to avoid that dump if we want to see Bitcoin continue. And so that's kind of the treachery for the next few days that we would like to see not happen. How would you know? Well, the first thing that's going to happen is a candle will close below this 7-minute 200 SMA, that yellow line, and then open up a short with a stop here. If it's a fake out, you don't lose anything. It's because we don't risk a lot on the short. I don't. You do whatever makes you happy. This is my strategy. And then if it does dump, you get paid. And that's why I love using the 200 as my entries and exits. And it's just an amazing way to trade. But anyway, shout out to everybody here. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I do teach class. If you want to jump into class, email cryptolifers@gmail. Cryptolifers with an S, Lifers @gmail. My wife will throw you in. If you last minute, you know what? You want to spend another 3 hours with me right now. You just had time and you're like, you know what? I want to spend 3 more hours with this guy. I want to know his whole strategy. I want a 7-point checklist. I want to know his risk management and how he does it. I want to know where he places things and why. I want to know everything about this guy's system in 3 hours. Then email my wife right now at cryptolifers@gmail. You have 7 minutes to jump on in to class. All right. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I will see you tonight at 8 p.m. where we're going to break down where we are. Actually, tonight I'm going to be back at 9:30 p.m., maybe even 10. So it's going to be a later stream tonight. Tonight's stream will be later. I want to take my daughter to an NCAA basketball game with UConn and Illinois here in Boston. She'd never been to one of those. There's a lot of hype. It's going to be awesome. An Elite 8 game. All right. So I'm going to take my daughter to the Sweet 16, right? So I'm taking my daughter to the Sweet 16 tonight. I apologize that my stream will be late. All right. But my daughter comes first. All right. I love you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Tonight's stream will be later. Okay. At 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. The game starts at 6. I'm pretty sure I'll be back by about, if I get out of there by 8:45, about 2.5 hours it should take, depending, hope they're going to go to overtime, but all right. Blessings on blessings. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. But thank you so much, everyone. I'm just writing this in the chart too. All right, everyone. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Bitcoin at 70,230, 190, really bouncing between the order book. We do see some orders below us. It doesn't mean we're going there for sure. That may just be the only orders that are there right now at the present moment in time. But going to my bowl. Lake comes first today. Much love. Crypto Billy, we love you, man. Amen. I saw you cleaning it up, getting it ready. It's nice that you get to see. It's still freezing cold here. It's 41 degrees with a wind chill of like 10. So it feels like 30. Boston has been just terribly cold for the last week, man. Like, honestly, I cannot wait to get, I am like, Florida, please, May 1st, man. One more month, though, and I'm going to cherish every single time I'm here, though. It's weird. I keep looking out the window, realizing I'm leaving. I'm going to leave a place that I came when I was born here. I left for 20 years and lived in New York, and it was hard for me to be away. Every time I came back, I had this yearning to be here. I missed it so much. And then I came home, and I spent these beautiful 4 years. I grew my business. Everything happened. Bitcoin blew up, like my whole life changed. I went to New York City to make my whole life, right? It's the funniest story. I went to New York City to make it. The big city. I left Boston to go make it. 20 years of pain, ups and downs. Didn't really, truly, quote unquote, make it. You know what I mean? Felt like a kind of a failure. Did a few things, but didn't get really where I wanted to, personally, in life, Felt a bit like that I didn't underachieved. Moved back to Boston, my hometown, where I thought I was flat, smaller city and less opportunity. Why don't I live in New York? And that's where my whole life changed. And my dad was reading a book, and he was saying, that the Chinese say, stay in one place and the whole world comes to you. I was 15 years old, and I was on my way out skateboarding, and my dad was reading a book, and he looked up at me. I said, what do you mean, Dad? He goes, stay in one place. The whole man come to you. He said the world, everyone chases everything, And it's weird because I came back home and the whole world came to me. That story is so beautiful. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you more than you would ever know. And you have a wonderful day with your life. I can't wait to see you later tonight at 8 p.m. Stay blessed, stay amazing, and just go after your dreams. Don't stay away from negative people. You can, you will, you are the best. You deserve a great life. You deserve to be good to yourself. You deserve to work out and look amazing. You deserve to drink water. You deserve to do all the right things. Stay away from alcohol, drugs, man. Clean yourself up if you're down. Start working out. Get your mind right. I love each and every one of you. Blessings on blessings. And go out there and just be good people. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tonight. Oh my gosh, it's Gina Bobita! Gina! Shout out to Gina. We love you. We miss you.